So, we are live. What is up, everyone? Got a very special guest here. We got Superkeel, a very well-known FIFA streamer. Pleasure to have you.
Oh my
How
God,
are
you're
you, man?
pulling my leg, bro. Very well known, it seems.
Yeah, but how's it going, man? How are you doing?
It's going good, man. It's going great, and I'm so glad to be here. I mean, it's my first podcast, and I'm glad that you thought I was worthy enough to be invited onto this podcast.
Oh man, I just want to have I just want to connect with like a lot of streamers because I know we interact through like chat and streaming, but to actually like have a conversation with people is kind of cool.
It
And
definitely is, man. It
yeah,
definitely is, and I've been in your streams a bunch of times,
uh-huh.
but this last 10-minute conversation which we had,
Yeah,
uh, I don't think the chat and the streamer, that dynamic allows us to connect the way we can, like, face to face.
right.
Even though this is over Zoom, but
Yeah,
I'm sure, like, if I'm ever in Anaheim or if you're ever in Pune,
yeah.
uh, we have a good time, just chilling, just hanging out. You could probably show me some basketball tricks and whatnot.
For sure. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, s- the location you're at, you said, how do you pronounce it?
Pune.
Pune. And where is that actually in India?
I mean, Pune is, you must be knowing about Mumbai or Bombay.
Okay,
Yeah. So Pune is in the same state as Bombay, and
okay,
it's actually just 2.5 hours away from Bombay, Mumbai. Mumbai
okay.
is like the financial and entertainment capital of India,
Uh-huh.
and Pune is located in the state of Maharashtra, and the state of Maharashtra is uh, like I would say the best state in India, but it's probably the best state in India
Mm-hmm.
in terms of just infrastructure and you know everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And where I'm at, Pune is actually I would say pretty well known, despite not being one of India's, metro cities. As
Mm-hmm.
in, it's not in like, let's say, the top four cities in terms of size or infrastructure,
Yeah.
but it is very famous because it's known as the Oxford of the East, wherein like a bunch of colleges and universities are based in Pune, and
Okay.
that attracts people from all over India, not just all over India, from all over the world. So
Okay.
that's where I'm at, Pune, India.
Gotcha. So it's
Born and brought up.
gotcha. So it's like a university city, like a college city. A lot of
I
young
mean, just
students.
calling it a
Uh-huh.
university city would be doing it a bit of a disservice because there are
Okay.
some university cities and college cities, but
Uh-huh.
it is we could say it's very famous for its universities.
Okay.
Like
Gotcha.
is like if there's one place in India where students want to come and study, it's
Mm-hmm.
Pune. So,
Gotcha.
but there's a bunch of things going on there. I
Gotcha.
mean, there's a metro in the pipeline, and in India, not a lot of cities have metros. Like currently, I think just four cities have metros,
Mm-hmm.
4 or 5 cities have metros. So it's on the come up,
Nice, nice.
like us.
How long have you been living there?
I've been staying here my whole life, bro.
Oh,
24
okay.
years, I'm born and brought up, and yeah, sometimes I do feel like maybe I should have explored a bit, traveled a bit,
Uh-huh.
tried out, living in other places, other cultures, other
Uh-huh.
cities, maybe other countries. But taking everything into consideration and what I know about India, what I know about the world,
Mm-hmm.
I think Pune is a pretty sick place to live in.
Okay. Nice. Um, if I ever do visit India, maybe that's a place
Absolutely.
to consider to visit.
Absolutely. You'd be my
Yeah.
honored guest.
Oh man, that'd be awesome. That'd be really awesome. But yeah, I noticed that you told me you're in your office. Is this where you work?
This is where I work, bro. This is
Okay.
where I work. It's a
Okay.
small family office and it's
Okay.
just connected to my house. It's basically under my house.
Okay. Um,
So,
yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what do you do for a
I
living?
mean, we actually work in the real estate business, but
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Nice.
but it's not like a big real estate business. It's a small, like, limited to our city. What happened was that my it's a family business basically. It's like
Mm.
my father and like three of his brothers,
Mm-hmm.
and they had some land. And usually, if you have some land, what you do is, you either you lease it out, or you give it to some developer, and either he buys it outright, or
Mm-hmm.
or he does something like a joint venture or a joint development agreement with you, when
Mm-hmm.
you get some money off of whatever he does there.
Yeah.
So my father, like I think 25, 30 years back, he decided, like, he was actually an engineer. He was an electrical engineer,
Mm-hmm.
but he decided, like, we got something here, might as well work on it ourselves. And so this is his business. This is actually his office. This is not my office. It's
Mm.
his office,
Mm.
and I just use it to podcast, like as in podcast now and stream usually.
Right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, Dude, that's so funny because I'm doing real estate too here in California.
What are you saying? Like, really, like development, or what do you like, brokerage?
Like just as a sales agent here in
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
California, my license is actually getting processed right now with the state.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's gonna come in real soon. Like I passed the exam like a month ago, and right now I'm just like training, trying to get to
Yeah, yeah,
learn. But I think for now I'm like sticking with like residential, so just
yeah.
servicing people who want to buy or sell homes.
So like, what do you focused on? Like apartments or houses, or like a bit of both?
Probably just like houses. Actually, I've helped like some clients like lease and stuff, or just the other week I was helping my cousin like just look for places for apartments. But that
I
I
mean,
mean, not that I was really doing it to get paid, but I was just really helping him out. But
no,
yeah.
I mean, the real estate market, and I don't know about the case in America, but if you're not used to it, if you're not used to the workings of it, and if you haven't, seen, like, the underbelly,
Mhm.
for someone who's on the outside, it's not easy, like,
Mm.
like even small transactions, like, renting or leasing.
Mhm.
Like, forget buying a house, buying an apartment.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, your cousin's lucky that you got some experience about the whole industry.
Right. Yeah, I got a little bit. Like I'm kind of just starting off, and yeah, I'm still learning. Like I'm trying to learn, understand the contracts, understand like the logistics of all the transactions between the
I
buyer and
mean,
seller. So
it's a massive task, like
yeah,
learning everything that goes
yeah,
on in real estate.
right, right.
I think it's all those, never-ending things where, it's more about the journey and not the goal.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of real estate, like how's like the market where you're at?
I mean, the market where I'm at,
Uh huh.
it's got a little bounce after COVID.
Okay.
Like, after, like, the worst of COVID is behind us, I think 3, 4 months back, there was a lot of pent-up demand, like, for a lot of industries.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably must have noticed that in America as well,
Yeah.
that people are sick of, staying in, and, just all the regulations imposed upon them.
Yeah.
So yeah, there was a brief upturn, and there were some changes in the laws, you know, around real estate and construction in India just
Uh huh.
recently. I think a couple of months back,
Mm-hmm.
and like, there was increased FSI, and just like, it was very construction friendly. It was very builder friendly.
Mm.
So there was a brief upturn, but now it's like, it's become like this bubble, and any month now it's gonna pop. So
Mm.
it's yeah, I mean, it went up, and now we are just preparing for the decline.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, here in California, the market is like really hot. It's crazy. It's a seller's market, and the value of these homes are just shooting up.
really.
Yeah,
I can
and
imagine, like all
yeah,
these McMansions, right?
not even just mansions, just like your normal like single story homes for like middle class people. Even those properties they're all going up, which is insane. And then there's a lot of competition in buying
I mean,
these
but
homes.
it's a good thing for you, right?
Yeah, it's a good thing for the agents for sure.
Man, my man's eating good, Real estate, Twitch, YouTube, everything.
No, no, no. I mean, the thing is, I don't have my license, so I can't legally do the transactions.
Come
But
on, man. It's just a matter of time. Okay, no one
only
can
a
say
matter
no
of
to that
time.
place.
Right, right, right. But I mean, I'm sure you already know, like California is a very expensive place to live.
I mean, it is the West Coast,
Uh
and
huh.
even though I've heard that a bunch of people are now relocating to Texas, but I think California has it all, right? I mean,
Right.
you got the parks, you got the beach, you got the weather, you've got. I mean, if you are looking for like inclusivity, a bunch of people,
Uh huh.
it's a great racial melting pot where you
Right.
got people from all areas of the globe, and
Right.
also maybe you got Hollywood to thank for that. I think. A lot of driven people.
Uh
Like,
huh.
it's not like, some place in the US where, people are just happy to coast. Like if you go to one of the big cities in California, like let's say Los Angeles or San
Mhm.
Francisco,
Yeah.
you are in the midst of people who are really out there, grinding, really out there
Mhm.
trying to do something.
Yeah.
And that atmosphere, I think, is not given enough credit when we talk about the great cities of our time. Like,
Mhm.
just being there, the work ethic, just when you come into contact with all these people,
Mhm.
who really want to achieve something,
Yeah.
that's got something to play. Like in that way, I think California is one of the best. I've actually visited California a couple of times, so
Oh, yeah, okay.
I loved it, man. I loved it.
Where have you visited?
I mean, Los Angeles,
Okay.
and well, from there we went to Vegas,
Oh,
and
okay.
on the way we stopped at which national park is that, bro? With the I forget the name.
Zion?
Zion
Zion?
National Park.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and there was snowing, and it was great. Man. I loved it. I loved it. I love
Nice.
Vegas. I loved uh, Los Angeles. I didn't like the Los Angeles traffic though,
Mhm.
but again, we're used to it in India. Like I can't complain about traffic in India.
Uh-huh. Um, you actually drove from LA to, all the way to Vegas and Zion, or did you fly?
We drove.
You drove, so you drove
Yeah.
through that desert,
But the
that
desert, yeah. I
California
mean, I
desert.
didn't. I didn't drive because
Uh-huh.
that was like I think 7 6 7 years back.
Uh-huh.
But I wasn't old enough to drive.
Oh,
I
okay.
think no, it was more, bro. It was like 8 years back. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, but see, we had that comfort level because my parents have been to the US twice before that,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a bunch of cousins who stayed there. Like, we got cousins staying on the East Coast, cousins staying on the West Coast. So we were with one of them. So we had no problems as such.
Mm-hmm.
And again, America is so traveler friendly
Mm-hmm.
because especially travelers who speak English as their first language.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not like you're in the middle of Eastern Europe and no one speaks the language
Mm-hmm.
and the map doesn't work. Like, come on, traveling in America is like traveling in easy mode.
Mm. Yeah, like for you, since you speak English so well, like you'll get around just
I
fine.
mean, I try.
Yeah, yeah. Like people won't notice. Like people will think you're like a native here. Honestly.
I'm not sure they think I'm a native there,
Oh,
but yeah, I mean, like out of all the places I've visited, and this includes Europe, I think America is the most Indian friendly.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of Indian. There's a huge Indian community here,
Oh, there's a
especially
massive
yeah,
Indian community.
yeah. So it's very yeah. It'll be like awesome
But
just to
Daniel,
share.
Daniel
Yeah,
Yu, so that makes you like you is like
it's I'm Korean.
Korean. Okay, South
Yeah, I'm
Korean, right?
Korean American, but I was born here in California.
All right. So second
Yeah,
generation or third generation?
I'm second generation.
All right,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right,
My parents came from Korea. I have an older sister. She was born in Korea, but she came over when she was really young, and then I was just
all
born
right.
here. Yeah.
So
So
so like where like I only know I think Seoul. Is that how you pronounce it?
yeah, Seoul.
So yeah,
That's the
capital,
capital.
right?
You're right, and that's like south, the south of Korea,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
towards the peninsula.
Okay, so
Um,
as far away from North Korea as possible.
no, actually, is it there? I think I'm getting it twisted. It might be closer to
You
the
know,
border, actually.
yeah,
I might got that
uh,
geography wrong. But yeah, I've only been to Korea once. I visited when I was a younger kid, but since then, like I heard it's changed like crazy. It's so
I
like
mean,
uh-huh.
it's one of the superpowers in the area, right?
Yeah, it's like one of the top tourist destinations, and like you got these high-rise buildings and so much tech in Seoul,
I mean,
so
I have seen a picture of Seoul, and honestly, it looks so futuristic. Like, more futuristic than any of America's cities. Like, what
mm,
do you think about that? Like,
probably, I wouldn't know personally because I haven't been there in such a long time, but my friends say like it is like that, and it's like it'll be. They say I need to go because it's so fun just being there and going
I mean,
around Seoul.
are these your friends in America who are also from like uh, from Korea, whose families are from Korea?
Yeah, majority of them, yeah. Uh-huh. So,
They might be going back and visiting once in a while.
yeah, they do, but like I personally haven't since I was young. Um, so yeah. I mean, I've been to places like Tokyo, and Tokyo's like that's a very like tech, very advanced
Yeah.
city, very clean. It's like it was like one of my favorite places to visit.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'd love to visit Tokyo, but
Yeah.
apparently it's like very cold there.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know. That's what I heard. Like, Japan's like super cold.
Super
Like,
cold. Oh yeah.
uh,
I went during the spring, so it was like it wasn't too bad.
all right.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're used to like the good California weather, and Pune
Right.
also has like one of the best weathers in India. So,
Oh, okay.
uh,
Nice.
so that's one thing. Like, anytime I step out, it just like I really appreciate the like quite frankly amazing weather we get here in Pune.
Mm.
Because other places like go outside and you get slapped by the wind
Yeah.
and you're like wow, like there's people who are like going through this every day,
Uh-huh.
can't sleep without the heater on. Like,
Uh-huh.
just recently I think in the US, was it Texas where the power outage hit and people had no idea how to survive like without the
Yeah.
heater and without all that stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. I mean,
Yeah, it was like freezing cold, and the power the power was out, and people were just like some people were even
exactly.
freezing to death because it was so cold and didn't have heat. It was so
I
bad.
mean
Yeah.
that's horrible, right? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
you talk about like developed countries and whatnot, but imagine like there's no way to reach these people, no way to help these people.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I mean, in that sense, California's pretty chill. Like, won't happen in California.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, but you do have to deal with the fires in the
I was
fall.
just gonna say that.
You do
I
have,
just remember, like, I said that, and then I'm like,
yeah.
oh wait, you know what? If
You
there's
do
no
have,
cold, but there is.
and supposedly there's this like they've always said for like a decade there's this huge earthquake that's gonna hit California, and there's this huge
Yeah.
fault that runs through California where they presume like if there's this huge earthquake hits it, like California might even break off.
I
But I
mean,
don't
yeah,
know if
like
that's true. Yeah.
separated from mainland America.
Yeah. But I don't know
Wow.
if that'll actually happen.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm pretty sure like there's some people in California who want that.
Yeah, probably. But is your like location always sunny? Like
It's not
always
always
sunny?
sunny. It's not
Okay.
always sunny. Like we get our share of rain,
Okay.
but it's usually limited to like let's say 3 or 4 months, or
Uh-huh.
even 2 or 3 months, and then just once in a while there'll be a bit of rain and whatnot. But honestly, I think it's surrounded by mountains on either side,
Oh,
so
okay.
that stops a lot of cold winds from coming in, and that stops a lot of monsoons from
Mm.
coming in. Those monsoon clouds.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a very secluded location as such. Like
Okay.
just on all sides surrounded by mountains.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of hiking opportunities, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of exploring opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
mean, it's a blessed location, if I might say that.
Nice, nice. Okay. Well, maybe we could shift gears a bit and start talking about FIFA.
Oh yeah.
Since
Unfortunately, we have to talk about FIFA since that is our bread and butter.
yeah, I guess, but I mean, not that I mean, I don't mind talking about anything else, but maybe we could talk a little bit about FIFA and maybe talk about, your platform and um the platform on Twitch that where you create content, and maybe even you could give a shout out of where people could, see you, like a link or anything.
Absolutely, man. It's twitch.tv
Mm-hmm.
/Superkeel. So
Okay.
super and KEEL.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, that's what I stream. And you know what? I'm not sure about the content creator thing because I'll tell you something. Streaming is the easiest and also takes the least effort.
Mm.
Like now, if there was a content creator, I'd say you're a content creator because you actually make videos and put them up on YouTube. You go through the grind, you edit,
Mm-hmm.
you play around with the sound, you do all that stuff. Even something as basic as picking what's the word for it? Cow picture, for the video.
Cow
What do you
picture?
call it? Yeah. No, no, was the image? Why am I forgetting this? Um, like was the image you use for the thumbnail.
Oh, Canva. I use
Yeah,
Canva.
you
Yeah.
use Canva, yeah.
Yeah.
But even something as minuscule as picking a thumbnail, like
Uh-huh.
you know it's still you're still creating content there.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas when someone just live streams on Twitch, like that's it. You turn on the
Yeah.
camera, you turn on the stream. Once you're done, you shut it off.
Yeah.
So I do aspire to become a content creator. Like right
Uh-huh.
now, all I've done is I think 4 or 5 YouTube videos, which are nothing,
Uh-huh.
and 3 reels on Instagram. So, so yeah, I mean, I would like to be a content creator, but right now I think I'm just a streamer. That's it.
Hmm. Yeah, so I'll make sure I'll drop the link in the description below. And do you also have social media links that you want people to follow?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think there are some people who think I'm better off on Instagram
Mm-hmm.
than Twitch. So my Instagram is instagram.com/the Superkeel.
Mm-hmm.
Superkeel was taken, so I had to go for the Superkeel.
Okay.
Uh, Same for Twitter. On Twitter, I'd like to think I tweet prolifically.
Mm-hmm.
So on Twitter, it's the Superkeel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it's basically, nowadays I've taken this very, shoot first, ask questions later policy.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever comes to my mind, I just bam,
Okay.
post, post, post.
Gotcha. I'll make sure I'll drop those links in the description as well, so people could
Absolutely.
get connected with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. But how long have you been streaming?
I
Yeah,
mean, you want to take a guess?
I must say a year.
Yeah, I mean, wow. I'm pretty sure you must have heard that on the street. uh,
Maybe.
I yeah, it's been a year. I think it's been a. You know what? Wait a second. It's not been a year. It's been more than a year. It's been almost a year and a half.
Oh, a year and a
Even
half.
though
Okay.
initially like a lot of streamers was very inconsistent,
Mm-hmm.
and it was okay, I'll play some games and maybe I'll stream a few, and maybe I'll stream this or that. But if I recall correctly, I think November or December 2019 is where I finally bit the bullet and decided that you belong on a
Mm.
streaming platform.
Mm.
More people should be watching your games, and that's when I started streaming.
Mm. Nice. When did you become affiliate?
It took me a while.
Okay.
It took me a while because very honestly, again, now that I think of it, becoming an affiliate is pretty fucking easy.
Uh-huh.
It's nothing, right?
Yeah.
Just 3 average viewers and what is it, like 50 followers.
Yeah.
But you got to keep in mind that initially when I started streaming, um, not a lot of people were on Twitch, and also I did not know enough people.
Mm.
Like in my friend circle, there was literally just one person who I used to play FIFA with because I was not on Ultimate Team.
Uh-huh.
I was not like a I did not have the gaming community,
Mm.
like did not have access to any community. Was not part of any like gamers groups. And there's just one friend of mine who I used to play FIFA with. We used to play online friendlies. Okay, I didn't even play Ultimate Team back in the day. So I think he was the only one who watched me semi regularly. And otherwise, I'd just have like I'd just be streaming. And I looked at it this way, like gotta be comfortable. Um, when no one's there,
Mm-hmm.
comfortable, like, just giving a play-by-play commentary
Yeah.
and the numbers will come. And I'm glad, like, I'm really glad that I did that way, that, very organically I
Mm.
grew from like, one average viewer to two to three to four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so becoming an affiliate, oh, like I could check and tell you. Like, you want me to do that? Give me a second. I'll just tell you when exactly.
Sure.
But
Well, I totally
it's
understand what you're
not.
saying.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, 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 because even when I started in like June of last year during the pandemic. And then I remember like the first month or two, like I would go through streams where no one comes by. I'm just like talking to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, yeah.
what went through your mind though? Like, when you were
Uh-huh.
doing this,
I
like,
was
when
just
you were
like I was
alone
just
streaming.
at the time, I was just like I wasn't working and I was just studying for real estate.
Yeah,
And I felt like I was playing a lot of FIFA and I thought maybe
yeah,
I could do something productive with it. And I felt
yeah,
like
yeah,
doing streaming or Twitch would be kind of fun.
yeah.
And yeah, it turned into this. Now like I'm meeting like other streamers like yourself and just connecting with people and it's been quite
I
the
mean,
journey.
I'd like to put this out there for everyone watching. All right,
Mhm.
like this is the first time I'm having a face-to-face conversation with this man.
Mhm.
And honest to God, like, I think you're built for this because I've been chatting to you like, like you're some long lost friend of mine. So like
Uh-huh.
absolutely, like, like, this is something really great which you've begun,
Mhm.
and I am excited to see like where you take this for the coming years.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. And like yeah, I like doing this. I just like having conversations with people and getting to know people and I just feel like
Yeah,
this is a great way to get to know other streamers as well as promote them and get their brand or content out there. And yeah, and
it's
also
a
have
win-win, man.
yeah, and
It's
also
it's
have the
it's a
viewers get
win-win.
to know you, like your fans or they get to know who you
Yeah,
are as a person. So,
absolutely.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
nice setting. Nice and comfortable and just easygoing conversation.
Right, right.
And
Exactly.
if there is a viewer who digs that, then this is definitely the platform.
Mhm.
So
Definitely.
I've just checked. Okay, my
Okay.
first stream, and I'm surprised I now did this for myself. My
Mhm.
first stream was on October the 1st, 2019,
Oh, okay.
and guess when I became affiliate?
I'm gonna say uh 6 months.
I became affiliate on June 30th. So that's
June
like July
30th.
1st of 2020.
Okay. So that's like 9 9
Yeah,
months? 9?
eight
Okay.
months.
8 months? Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
and it's crazy. I mean, nowadays, like there's people like Clevin, right?
Yes, the legend Clevin.
Clevin De Bruyne. So
Clevin
Clevin
De
De
Bruyne.
Bruyne became affiliate
Uh-huh.
in I think what like 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or
That's right.
even
That's
less.
right. Yeah, he told me.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Um, but for him, like, it's easier for him because he already connected with a lot of us streamers, so
exactly,
we're willing to like support him right away.
exactly.
And do you know Jordan Cassell too? Cassell's
I mean, yeah, even
Jordan too?
Jordan became affiliate
Right,
recently.
right. They got affiliate really quick, but they already
Yeah,
built up like a community with us, and we already
yeah, yeah.
like
I mean, this went through my head because I remember like for Jordan had this huge slobber knock off stream, okay, like 6 hours or something.
uh huh.
And I remember like, told a bunch of people, and I was there myself, and we were like, we can just sit in there, don't have to be active, but
Uh,
just put that on
uh-huh.
and get this man his first affiliate.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I remember that like I sometimes think like, would I have wanted it that way? And now that I think of it, and I'm sure you agree with me,
Mm.
uh, I'm happy to do it my way, like,
Mm.
our way, like, where that affiliate was like, over time, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months,
Yeah.
but it felt like a huge deal. And honestly, um if you got access to community, or if you're part of a community, or if you got a bunch of streamer friends, or a bunch of gamer friends,
Yeah.
then that affiliate is looked at as, oh, it's gonna happen. It's
Right.
definitely gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I think when I started off and I saw, like, I was reading through Twitch, I was doing some research, not all my research, because I still don't know how things are going on. But I remember I looked at, all right, like, I see this mountain affiliate, and behind that, like a huge mountain, which is partner.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, let's get started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, there is something to that where like just starting from scratch and reaching that goal of affiliate is like there's a sense of
Yeah,
accomplishment there. You like put in the work, you stuck through it, and for you to
yeah, yeah,
actually reach it, like you feel good about
absolutely,
it. Yeah.
absolutely. It is.
So
It's so satisfying.
definitely, definitely. So definitely agree with you on that. Um, what do you think of? Have you been playing Weekend League this weekend?
I have been playing Weekend League, and unfortunately, I've been playing Weekend League every weekend for the past, I think, 2 or 3 months.
Okay.
Um, but honest to God, like, the servers, like, we go on and on about the servers, but right now, this Weekend League is not being an enjoyable experience for me. Uh, just the playing part. Like, I love streaming, but just
Mm-hmm.
the playing part, because there's this one issue with my internet, and he seems to have, like, my internet service provider seems to have no idea what's going on. It's packet loss,
Mm.
and it's really affecting the way I play the game and whatnot. So let's see. I've got this new internet service provider coming in tomorrow,
Uh-huh.
so hopefully that fixes the issue.
Yeah. What do you usually get in Weekend League? How do you usually do?
So
Do you usually play all 30?
I don't. I
Okay.
don't. But when I did in FIFA 20, um,
Okay.
I used to be gold one. I used to get 20, 21, 22 wins.
Mm-hmm.
And I hit Elite 3 once, 23 wins.
Okay.
But there's a huge asterisk um, on that Elite 3.
Oh, really?
Huge
Why?
asterisk.
Why
Um,
was there an asterisk to
I mean, just ask me how many games were given to me by stream snipers.
it? How many?
Three.
Oh, gotcha. Hey,
I mean, I mean,
still
I mean,
Elite
I
Three,
mean,
man.
I like to joke that,
Uh-huh.
it wasn't Elite Three for me. It was an Elite Three for the community, because believe it or not, um, when I was at 22 wins, okay, I was actually 22 and 4, I think. I was 22 and 4,
Mm-hmm.
so I had 4 more games to go.
Yeah.
Lost 2 more, so we went 22 and 6. All right, at 22 and 6, um, one Indian, like, someone kept coming in, matching me and disconnecting, matching me and disconnecting, matching me and disconnecting.
Yeah.
Uh, Eventually, this Indian pro player who went 29-1 that weekend,
Uh-huh.
he came in and he told me, uh, "You're matching me, and I know you want to get Elite 3, but I want to get, like, 30 and 0."
Uh-huh.
So, so I was like, "Oh no. Like, what do we do now?"
Uh-huh.
So, I mean, I don't really know. Luckily or unluckily, one of my moderators, and he's someone who's like really supported the stream big time. He sniped me
Mm-hmm.
before I know what's happening, scores an own goal, and he quits. And that's how I got my first 23, first and only 23. So that that hunger, has not been satiated yet. Like, I need to
Okay.
get one legitimate 23.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully now, once everything is fixed, then I can, like, just, get that 23. But otherwise, I would say very fairly, like, just to be very objective, I'm a gold one player. Like, I'm
Mm,
definitely a gold one player.
mm,
Like, not an elite three player, man. Just don't have that in me
gotcha,
at the moment.
gotcha. So you consistently get 20 or plus wins
No,
if you
no.
could.
If I were to play 30 games, or if I
Uh huh.
were to play even 28 games, I would get um 20.
Okay.
Like some weekend leagues, where I messed around. Like I think last weekend league, I was playing with Waman Gituka,
Okay.
and I think one more silver. I think Mageri, and that's when I got 17 out of I think 28 to 29.
Uh huh.
So I would say, like, the full strength team, I still got a gold one in me. Even though this year I think
Gotcha.
I've just got it twice, but then again, I've only played three whole weekend leagues. And
Oh, okay.
and by whole weekend leagues, I mean 20, 29, 30. I don't know, man. I don't have that stamina anymore, it seems.
Gotcha.
Once upon a time, I just, like, blitz through the games. Like on a Sunday, I play, like, 12, 13, 14 games.
Uh huh.
Like at this point, I don't feel like putting myself through it, and that's
Mm.
primarily because of the connection. Like, when you got
Right.
packet loss and
Yeah.
when you're losing games because of packet loss,
Uh huh.
speed up, lag, and whatnot, it just kills your any desire to play.
Mm. Gotcha. Yeah. Whenever I see you play, I mean, dude, you seem pretty good, man.
I mean,
I
I'm
just
not
assumed you
like,
were like an elite player because it's so good.
nah, 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 nah. I'm definitely not an elite player, not anymore at least. And
Mm.
I feel like if I were to, like, kick on and get serious and play, probably could. Like I've played a few pros, and there is a pretty sizable gap between
Mm.
me and them.
Mm. Do you think you could hit elite three by end of 21?
Absolutely,
You think so?
absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Like, already got a good team now. I'm
Uh
pretty
huh.
happy with my team right now. Good. I did that Vidal. I did that Renato Sanchez.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I mean, got Zamrota in. It's a decent team right now.
Oh, nice,
Like,
nice.
like
Have you tried
that's what
out
I'm
hitting
looking
up?
forward to. Huh?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's what I'm looking forward to. Like, once the team's been sorted, uh, hopefully the internet gets sorted. Then it's just, like, this moldy old thing that needs to be sorted, and we'll have elite.
Yo, I'm trying to get to gold one. I'm trying to get to your level.
I mean, I think when I started FUT last year,
Uh huh.
uh, the first few months were the race towards gold one. And I
Okay.
remember the first gold one I got, I threw everything. I threw the fucking kitchen sink at it. Like, all the loans were called up.
Uh huh.
And like, I remember, like, my gold one was primarily got because I had moments Maldini in defense.
Uh huh.
And I remember, like, a beast of a card, just steamrolling all the attackers and then going forward and being quicker than my midfielder and my attack.
Uh huh.
And I was like, all right, maybe there's an asterisk next to this gold one as well. But luckily, then for the next few weeks and months, I got gold one with consistency,
Mm.
and then it became like, okay, 20. Now the real weekend league begins. 21, 22, 23. Those are the
Yeah.
ones that matter. But don't even worry about it. Like, you're putting in the hours.
Yeah.
I do feel that, when I watch your streams, I do feel you and me have something in common, and that's like both of us don't care that much.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
there are people, like, when they concede a goal, or when some bullshit goes against them, or when they make a silly mistake,
Right.
it's very visible. Like, they get mad,
Mm. Yeah.
they get furious.
Yeah.
Okay, and that you can just see, like, there's like a determination power bar. It gets filled.
Mm-hmm.
And for
Yeah.
us, it's like, oh no, well, that's how it is. That's how this game is. We
Yeah.
move.
Right. Right.
But I do feel that, I do feel that way. And I don't know about you, but I feel like, in FIFA 19, when I wouldn't say I was very great, but I was pretty good. Like, I used to win a bunch of local tournaments, and
Yeah.
I remember I used to play seasons at that time.
Mm-hmm.
That was my mistake. Like, I used to play seasons, and I thought I was hot shit. Like, just because I won the league in seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's levels. Like, seasons and ultimate team. There's huge levels.
Right.
But I remember when I used to play seasons and when I used to play these tournaments, uh, I used to be the most foul-mouthed, aggressive, just mad. Like, like I'm playing a tournament, and every second when I'm just cursing, like, you donkey, you piece of shit, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Like, just run, bitch, run. Like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, and now it's like it's not there. Like, obviously, like, on the stream I get mad and whatnot,
Uh-huh.
but there, like, every game I used to play, like, by any means necessary. Like, I'm not saying rat gameplay, but have to get this win, have to get this win, have to get this win. I used to have, like, a game plan. Like, used to play with PSG, so game plan was pretty easy. Like, run through the middle with Neymar, and if possible, go straight for goal. Like, lay it off to Cavani. He
Mm-hmm.
gives you a 1-2, score a goal, or maybe, do a rainbow, do a couple of skills, or give it to Mbappe on the wing. Mbappe on the wing could go left, could go right. Usually beats the defender with pace. If not pace, a skill move. Come in, from the angle. I'd mastered that finish, like, from the very narrow angle, or,
Mm-hmm.
lay it off to Neymar, Cavani. Just like, there was a game plan. There was an arsenal of moves which I was super familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now it's more like, oh, let's try this skill out. Can we do this? Can we do that? New player now seems fun.
Yeah.
Going down the wing, like, a structured attack. Like, how Pep Guardiola, he's got this thing, like, I will get you up till the attacking third. Like, he tells his players that don't even worry about anything. My tactics are so solid, okay, and so foolproof that if you just follow all the instructions, you will find yourself on the edge of the opponent's box, and then it's up to you. Like, you got to use your ingenuity, you got to use your imagination, your skill.
Mm-hmm.
But my tactics will make sure that the ball goes from, be it our goal, be it the halfway line, be it from wherever, it reaches the opponent's half, like, the opponent's box. And
Mm-hmm.
there, you got to, like, spice things up a bit. But
Yeah.
a lot of successful FIFA players have the same fundamental. Like, it's the same game plan. Like, get the ball very close to the opponent's box, and then you got to, like, take every situation as it comes.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the one thing that distinguishes the good players from the pros, or, even the very good players. That
Mm-hmm.
they make sure that, no matter what happens, you have a chance. Like, you are camped on the edge of his box,
Yeah.
and then it's up to you.
Yeah.
So I do, like, now, like, when I remember those times and I have some clips, I do see myself playing the same way. Like, very, very straightforward. Like, the ball has to move till here. Once it reaches a certain point, then you start, skilling. Then you start, like, doing dummies, this, that, fake shots, pass and move, all that stuff. Uh, so, man, I mean, sorry, I've just gone off on this tangent, but yeah, I mean, that's one thing, which I feel like I had back then, and
Mm.
now it's just like a very casual, chill scene. And nothing wrong with that. I will tell you this though, but having a casual, chill scene is way more important than being a pro, because this game, how this game is, right? Like, the
Yeah.
amount of things that are down to, like, luck. Like, the best don't always win. Like,
Mm.
they
Yeah.
do win. The best of the best do win, like, 99% of the time. But for a pro who is, like, let's say not the best in his country or in his, community, but, even if he's in the top three or four, there's no guarantee. Like, it's very unfortunate. Like,
Yeah.
it's not based on talent and skill and, who the better player is, even on the
Mm.
day.
Mm.
There's a lot of factors which come into play. And for that reason alone, like, uh, I have absolutely no inclination of trying to be a pro.
Mm.
I'm
Gotcha.
saying trying to be a pro because I know that, if I wanted to, being a pro is something tremendously difficult.
Mm.
But I don't even want to go down that road.
Gotcha. Yeah, man. Even just you sharing that shows your level of understanding of the game. You know, your FIFA IQ, and also covering the facets of like what it takes to kind of just get to that next level. And like, yeah, I'm glad you shared that. That's really fascinating. And yeah, yeah, I
I
enjoyed
mean,
that.
yeah,
Uh huh.
it's definitely not easy, man. Like esports, breaking into any esport, a lot of hard work, a lot of time, a lot of intelligence. It takes tremendous intelligence to, look at the game, notice, all the glitches, notice all the opportunities. Like that day I played this guy, okay, and he has a lot of potential. My man was skill canceling elasticos.
Wow. Okay.
Like,
Uh huh.
what do you say to that? Like, imagine, it is a talent, fast fingers.
Right.
Like I've had a few people tell me that, how many thumbs do you have? Like, you got 40 thumbs and whatnot. But still, I can't do that. Like, skill canceling elasticos. Like when I heard about that, I was like, wow, like I need to see this for myself.
Yeah, yeah. Like some people just have that natural talent of like those
It is it
finger
is, it is
reflex.
talent.
Yeah, like this finger controller reflexes and to the game. It's
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
I mean, like we know, like every sport, or rather most ball sports, that hand-eye coordination is something that comes into play.
Mm-hmm.
And same goes for these video games. Like, you got to have that. You either have it or you don't. It's simple as
Mm.
that. Like I
Yeah.
remember there's this one streamer, his name is Tfue. You probably know of him.
Mm.
So I think he's playing Fortnite, and the battle bus is like, above the map, and he's still on the battle bus. All right. This man, have you played Fortnite though?
I have. Yeah.
Okay.
Uh huh.
So this man, he spots a llama.
Uh huh.
Imagine, from the battle bus.
What? You spot a llama from the
Yeah,
bus?
from the bus.
What? How do you even
I mean,
what?
yeah, my mind was blown. My mind was blown. I didn't even know it was possible. And I'm sure, like, all his viewers from that day on, they're craning their necks, with their nose pressed up against the map, just
Uh huh.
trying to spot a llama. I don't think I don't think I've ever spotted a llama from that far up. Like usually, I jump from the battle bus, I'm in the air for a good 5-6 seconds before I start to, notice, oh,
Uh
that's a
huh.
colorful thing. Maybe that's a llama. Go closer. Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
llama.
Yeah.
But what do you say? Like, when this man is on the battle bus and he spots a llama.
Mm.
Credit to the game developers
Mm-hmm.
for making that, possible. Like, that,
Mm.
so fine that maybe you just require like perfect 2020 vision, and you still require, the brain, the computing power in your brain to tell you that, wait a second, look around carefully, there could be a llama.
Uh huh.
Like, imagine, like he must have spent his time, perfecting that, looking around, wait, now is that a llama? Okay, that's
Uh
a
huh.
llama, go for it. Just one example, but the skill, for an esports athlete, I feel like we're on the cusp of something, like the next generation will really respect the esports athlete the same way they respect, the conventional athlete.
Mm. Interesting.
Like right
Yeah.
now, it's not quantifiable. Like, I'm sure, like, in America, you got all these meets and whatnot, like, the combine,
Mm-hmm.
where they check out your stats,
Mm-hmm.
bench press, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But if there was a combine, I'd be very interested to see, like, how all these esports athletes, how all these professional esports players measure up against, like, let's say the average gamer.
Mm. Yeah, it is interesting the way esports is headed, and I do agree. Yeah, they definitely do should they should get credit for like their skills and like it because it is a huge talent and it does take a lot of hard work. But let me ask you this:
Like,
like, would you consider them an athlete though? I know you're a guy, you're a fitness guy. You seem
would
like
I
a pretty
consider him an
athletic.
athlete? Uh, I would say that, just to like let's break it down. Like, what I
Uh-huh.
consider an athlete, where does athlete come from? Athletic.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we both know what the definition of athletic is, and a few of them probably don't meet that athletic standard.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we should give them a different moniker. Like, let's call them professional esports players,
Right. Like
uh,
I would call them like pro gamers
pro gamers.
as
Yeah, fair
opposed
enough.
to like a esports app. Because
Esports
athlete
athletes.
is
Fair
like
enough.
you're actually
Fair enough. Yeah,
like you
absolutely.
said, you got to fit the criteria of what it
Yeah,
means to be athletic, right?
yeah.
And you'd know
And I
because
do.
you're a guy, you're a pretty fit guy, and
I
you
mean,
work
I
out.
try. I try.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. And I do feel like, there are a few people in the esports industry who do call themselves esports athletes just
Mm-hmm.
to, like, maybe like, needle people who are like, needle actual conventional athletes.
Uh huh.
Because being an athlete is tremendous work, bro. Tremendous work.
Right. Right.
And the older you get, and especially if you're not, like, affiliated to a sport or a team, like, huge respect to the people who are working, like, let's say corporate jobs, or jobs that don't require them to be athletic,
Mm-hmm.
but they're still finding the time, to get the rest and to get the diet done, to get the exercise in, to be
Mm-hmm.
athletic.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
and now that, I'm sure, like, we're both not that young, like, we're not in college or in high school or something.
Mm-hmm.
And now we can, like, we got pressures of a job. We're doing
Yeah.
Twitch. In your case, you're doing so much, like, podcasts and whatnot.
Yeah.
Being athletic is not something that, you can take for granted.
Yeah. For sure.
Like,
Definitely.
even injury recovery and whatnot, like, it's taking longer.
Yeah, you're
it's,
right.
it's
Yeah.
it's taking longer, like
Yeah.
that day I was complaining to my mom that, I'm having these stomach issues, and we're actually going to show it to a doctor. I was telling her, when I was in high school, right, I used to have, like, easy, like, 300 grams of rice, 250 grams of chicken twice a day,
Mm-hmm.
top it off with some nuts, for some fats and whatnot.
Yeah.
And then I have, like, 8 eggs on top of that, like, the morning and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
And just, like, eat. And I was like, now it's like, when I just mess up a bit, when I, like, too much, like, if I have some lamb and then some chicken, and the next day I feel my stomach revolting.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, you're becoming old now. Like, what, 24?
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Well, first I want to say like I don't have a problem with these gamers calling themselves an athlete, but
Hmm.
I just think it just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense. That's all. But I
I
don't
mean,
want
I
to
mean,
even if they claim that title, it's like
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't
I
want to
mean,
knock on
see,
them. Yeah.
do what you want. Do what you
Yeah.
want. You are putting in the work. You are
Right.
putting in the hours. Um, but again, like, if you're being pedantic, like
Mm.
I said, athletic. So, be a gamer.
Right, right, right.
But
Well,
I'll,
you're
I'll
right.
say this though, like,
Uh-huh.
one of the best, like, some of the best esports gamers, professional esports players in India are really good, like, athletes as well.
Mm.
Like,
Gotcha.
and that is
Yeah.
it. Like, when you're successful in one field, very often you're successful in everything you do.
Mm. Yeah.
Like,
Right.
and that's maybe a result of, like, having that superior work ethic, or,
Uh-huh.
just having your priorities straight. But
Right.
very often, like, that's how we are. Like, that's how human beings are. Like, if you're good at one thing, and that's probably a result of, like, a lot of focus and hard work and dedication, and you're probably good at a bunch of things as well.
Right. And going back to the gamers, they like you said, like they put a lot of time into it. They
Oh,
grinding to
absolutely,
to be the best. So
absolutely.
you gotta give them a lot of credit for what they do.
Props where it's due. Props where
Yeah.
it's due. Especially the older ones, like, mid 20s, late
Mm-hmm.
20s, early 30s. The people, like, who are juggling a job, or some people who actually quit their job and are treating it as a full-time job, like, 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, just gaming, just getting better. Especially in a
Yeah.
in a in a game like FIFA, like,
Uh huh.
where there's so much left up to chance. Like, one of my friends, he puts in a solid 8 to 10 hours, and he has actually got his engineer's degree, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not doing that. And he went for this FIFA, like this regional qualifier,
Uh-huh.
and he lost to MS Dosri. So
Oh,
MS
okay.
Dosri, like,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So, like,
Wow.
respect. Like, he's 25 years old, and
Uh-huh.
he's on the right path. But still, like, there was this E Nations thing recently,
Uh-huh.
and where basically you get to represent India,
Uh-huh.
and he got eliminated in the first round, and he was, like, the favorite to qualify. He got eliminated in the first round just because of some bullshit with the game, like, the servers and whatnot.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Dang.
so
Wait, do I
it
know
is
this
what it
guy?
is, bro.
I feel like I know
Huh?
this guy.
Saksham.
Saki.
Saki.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. When you're sharing that, I'm like, that
Yeah,
sounds
yeah, yeah. Like, oh,
familiar.
wait, wait. This sounds familiar. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's Saki, yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, cause I remember him telling me that too. Like he was an engineer, and then he
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
he like
Quit.
gave that up,
Yeah.
yeah, to pursue full-time gaming,
Yeah.
which was like crazy. I was like, dang, dude. Major props.
Like,
Shout out to Saki, man.
major props, bro. Major
Yeah.
props. Like, he did his engineering, and from a decent college in Pune. He's from Pune too. And
Okay.
yeah, and I remember, like, he had some connection issues before his qualifiers.
Uh huh.
Like, he was looking for places to play in Pune,
Oh,
and
okay.
he actually asked me, like, do you know any places? Like, what about your place? I told him, unfortunately, we got, like, full-time functioning office here, so you can only come later on. And his games were in the afternoon, so he couldn't come.
Hmm.
And his internet issues have been going on for a while.
Gotcha.
And if everything was fair, like, if not for COVID, they'd probably put them in a room with LAN
Uh huh.
and just eliminate all these, like, chances, like, of the servers, acting up, or, anything. It is what it is, bro. Like, there's so many variables in this game
Yeah.
that who's actually the best and who's actually got the best connection.
Hmm. Gotcha.
Again, not to discount from the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
The best are the best for a reason. If a man gets to every event, if a man makes like, the final stages of every tournament, then obviously, there's still levels. There is still levels.
Right. Yeah. But I need to contact that guy again, and I need to have him on this podcast too, because I
Oh,
really
you
want to talk
should.
to him. Yeah.
You absolutely should. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
he's got a wealth of experience, and also, like, very, very, very. He's a very nice guy. Like, I really like him.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I know he's been super supportive on my streams too, and so
Everyone's strange, bro. Like,
yeah.
everyone's
Yeah.
strange. In the Indian, like, there is the Indian FIFA community,
Right.
and
Right.
I would
Right.
say, he is one of the pillars.
Yeah, that's funny because the first time
Yeah, yeah.
I
So
think I
Saksham,
met
like,
you guys was because you guys rated me. It was a bunch of
exactly,
like
yeah.
India guys, and then I was like, I got connected with like some of you guys, which is like pretty cool.
I mean, at this point, you're an honorary Indian streamer, bro.
Yeah. Um, Maybe we could touch on like one more topic before we end the podcast, and
Absolutely, bro.
it's kind of talking about like our the reflexes and getting older. What I want
Yeah.
to talk about is like, do you think as you're getting older, you'll decline in terms of that and you won't be as good of a player when you get older? Because for athletes too, as they get older, they go away from their prime and they kind of,
I'll tell you
yeah.
something from my life. Recently, I got specs,
Okay. Gotcha.
and I was noticing, like, in FIFA, you don't have that much of an emphasis on, vision and whatnot. But I was noticing when I'm playing Fortnite, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you require that, like, that hawk-like vision, right?
Mm.
Spot things that are further away.
Mm.
Like, there's some movement. Is that, like, something in the game, like some animation? Is that a player? I couldn't see.
Right.
I couldn't make out the, like, it's short sightedness.
Uh-huh.
Like, basically, you can't see things that far away.
Yeah.
So I got it done, and now I feel slight improvement, but I
Okay.
still don't think, like, I've got that 2020 version. That's
Okay.
eyesight.
Uh-huh.
That's eyesight.
Uh-huh.
Um, so absolutely, bro. Like, as you get older, and I think there's been a lot of scientific research done on this. At this point, it's basically, do you believe the evidence? Do you believe the researchers or not? And just taking into account the small sample size, which is my experiences, and the people around me, their experiences, there is like a physical prime, and there is a decline. And a lot of people do believe that the physical prime, it it's around the ages of 25.
Mm. Gotcha.
So yeah, man, like 100%, 100%, I do believe that reflexes, they tend to get sloppier with age.
Mm-hmm.
So and again, like all the esports athletes that we know, why is the average age of all the successful esports players uh either like late teens or like early 20s?
Mm.
Like I think esports as an industry, it's been going on for 10, 15 years or so.
Right.
And if we were to like check the average age, it's skewed towards like teenagers, I would say, like
Right.
late late teens.
Right. And I wonder if that is the prime of your
Probably
gaming,
is.
the
Probably
teens.
is. Probably is. But you also have to keep in
Uh-huh.
mind that gaming is such a stressful environment, industry,
Mm.
that the moment you make some money, you gain some acclaim, or you just open up a few other doors, like like all the professional players, they're like, all right, thank you, but I'm going to dip now. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
go. I'm going to turn to coaching. I'm going to turn to casting. I'm going to turn to something else. Just probably rest my laurels, because uh, I don't think there's a lot of gamers who have that longevity, which, like, let's say athletes have, like, like Tom Brady,
Mm-hmm.
Cristiano Ronaldo,
Yeah.
like, that longevity is either it's not possible in esports, or it's not worth it in esports.
Mm. Interesting. So you
Like,
think
tell me, like, the
uh-huh.
best FIFA player in the world, who is he?
I'd probably say Tex,
Tex.
MS
All right,
Desari, those guys.
probably,
Yeah.
probably could be Anders as well. Uh,
Anders.
yeah. So, but who is the most successful man or person who's come out of FIFA? Could
I don't
be could
know.
be
Who's it?
KSI, could be any of these current creators, like
Oh, in terms
Castro.
of like financially?
Probably financially, yeah. It's
KSI,
definitely
yeah.
not the pro players, right?
Right, right, right. Uh-huh.
So, like, bunch of reasons, like it's basically not worth it, like
Mm.
after a point.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like uh, if these guys are putting, like 6, 7, 8 hours of practice every day,
Mm-hmm.
and still ultimately, like there's only one winner, right?
Right.
Every tournament, every event, there's only one winner.
Uh-huh.
So you could see why, why people could get disillusioned with
Mm.
the whole pro scene, and deciding that, what, I want something else out of my life.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. That's why I also wonder too how much like some of these pro gamers get paid, especially specifically for FIFA,
I
you
mean,
know?
it- you'd be you wouldn't be shocked. I think it is like how you expect it is. Like, towards the very top, the money is concentrated,
Mhm.
but uh, the average pro, the pro who is like, let's say on a team which has like one standout player, like,
Mhm.
who's won some events and whatnot, but the others on that team,
Mhm.
they are making about as much as you think they're making, which
Mm.
is like sweet fuck all.
Yeah, but yeah, that's really interesting. Um, but yeah, I would want, some of these pro gamers to like make good money and make a good living doing what they do, because it is
Yeah,
difficult. It is stressful just having to stare at a screen and have be on your controller and just game all day and figure out
yeah,
tactics and all that stuff. So
yeah.
yeah.
It definitely is. But luckily, like, all the young pros who I know, they got their heads screwed on straight. Like, they
Okay.
know
Mhm.
what's important.
Mhm.
So, know the values of fitness, know the importance of, like, having something to do outside of FIFA. And
Mhm.
also, most importantly, they got that they got that mentality, like, that strong mental uh sense of purpose, that they know that, end of the day, there are things outside of FIFA. Like, you got to have that perception,
Yeah.
that's perspective.
Right.
And they do have that, and that's why they're successful.
Mhm.
Like, I know a few older pros who probably don't have that. And if you let the game affect you, I mean, you're done. Like, you got to be ice cold.
Mm. Yeah, I think that's a great point. Um it is good to have like a balance when it comes to like you gaming and
Yeah,
making this your career. If you have a balanced life, outside of
yeah,
just gaming all the time, like you said, like taking care of your body, making sure your relationships with, your family and friends are healthy and just stuff like
spot on. Yeah,
that.
I mean, I didn't say that. You said that. You're right, though. Like,
Uh-huh.
having that society, like, just fulfilling your societal obligations, and, maintaining relationships. It's so important. Like, if you're a gamer, it's very easy. Like, you just be cooped up all day in your room,
Yeah,
playing the game, and say, "Oh wait, that's my job." All right, so, don't come at me. And
right.
before you know it, that's all you do, right? Eat,
Yeah,
sleep, game, repeat.
right. And you probably go crazy or you just end up burning
Yeah, yeah,
yourself out.
I mean, see, when it's all that you've got,
Mhm.
and then you get bent over backwards by the game,
Mhm.
like FIFA. uh, then obviously, like, you lash out, like, you invest. That's all you got. Like, you got nothing else going on for you.
Mm. Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, there's only one winner.
Right. And even if you
There's-
win, then what does that
yeah,
mean?
you went, wow, good job.
Yeah,
In
and
a
then
couple of
what?
weeks time, there's this other tournament, and there's all
Right.
these hungry, like, hungry, 14, 15, 16-year-olds who are
Right.
just vying for that crown which you got in your head. And it's not
Right.
even a crown, it's a virtual crown. And
Right.
good luck.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just never
There's a kid
ending.
out there, who's canceling elasticos. He's coming for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But I think that's a great way to end it and just encourage
So,
people to have a balance and not get too obsessed with a video game.
it's been a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man,
It's
I
been so much
appreciate
fun.
you.
And where has the time gone, man? Like, wow. Been
It's
here for
been
almost like an hour and 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I've really enjoyed the conversation. I hope we can get to do this again sometime in the future.
Definitely.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
And again, uh, please give your shout outs to your links to Twitch, social media before we end.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Guys, you can see me on Twitch, all right? I'm usually not this well spoken. I'm usually not this composed. Uh, but that's maybe the Koballa effect. Daniel's been a great host. You can see me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Superkeel. On Instagram, I'm the Superkeel. And on Twitter, I'm the Superkeel.
Yes, thank you. And again, we're gonna drop those links in the description below so you guys could check it out. But again, thank you again, Superkeel, for doing this. We appreciate you.
Thank
Um,
you, man.
yeah,
Daniel,
yeah.
it's been really fun, man. My first podcast, and I could not have asked for a better host.
Thank you.